Three dogs in a Jacksonville neighborhood have been poisoned, at least possibly. The Jacksonville Police Department is processing evidence at the OSP lab. Newswatch 12's Leah Thompson is following this case. She's live now in Jacksonville in front of the vet's office where the dogs were treated. Leah, what kind of charges are being considered in this case so far?
The Jacksonville police say they're looking at animal abuse charges in the first degree. Now, this is where all three of those dogs were taken to the Jacksonville Veterinary Hospital. Now, the vet tells me one of the dogs experienced muscle tremors and another one was having full-on seizures.
I don't even think you have to be an animal lover to be hit. I mean, this is sad.
Three dogs in the same neighborhood are recovering after what the police department believes to be a poisoning.
Well, one of our neighbors called us and told us about them.
It's a lot more serious than that. Yeah, this is more than a prank. This is an intentional act.
The possible poisonings happen in this area, right by Graham and Applegate Streets in Jacksonville. A street which normally you can hear dogs barking is quiet. Tom Pradham and his dog Roger live in this neighborhood.
I think a little bit of disbelief, but I've heard of this happening before, but I haven't ever lived somewhere where it happened in the neighborhood.
Tom tells me Roger's almost always on a leash and doesn't roam around outside alone.
If we did let him outside now, of course, we'd have to be very, very vigilant.
Sergeant Greg Nichols is the investigator on this case. He tells me he is waiting for test results to clarify what happened to the dogs.
If in fact the dogs were poisoned, and if so, by what substance.
And Dr. Tammy Rogers from Jacksonville Veterinary Hospital is the doctor that took care of the three dogs. She says one of the dogs was found with a meatball in his mouth, then started experiencing muscle tremors. The dog's sister was also affected and was having full-on seizures.
It's really unfair to see the effects that poisons have on these animals, and they have no idea. They're just picking up a meatball, you know, and they think it's their lucky day.
And according to Tom,
Any dog owner that left the dog outside before probably is keeping the dog inside more now.
all three dogs have returned home and are continuing to recover. Sergeant Nichols, the investigator on this case, says he's following every lead possible, and he's also asking neighbors with security cameras if they caught anything on camera. Now, we will continue to update as this continues to develop. Live in Jacksonville, Leah Thompson, Newswatch 12.